we're now going on to start in the market garden with Alice and Jonny, Orchard Acre Market Garden, Abergavenny.
Hi there. Thanks for coming, everyone. And we've moved from a farm to a field and now to a garden. So we are establishing, again, a sort of bio-intensive no-dig market garden in what's been Alice's parents' garden and was kitchen garden, long-standing of sort of 35 years, managed organically. We are going to be cultivating about a third of an acre of that in our first year, and that's to provide hopefully 25 shares through a community-supported agriculture scheme. We've got capacity to scale up to about half an acre, and that includes growing under some well-established fruit trees already. And on that, we think we can at least double, or if not increase slightly more than double, 60 is our kind of target by kind of year 3, the number of boxes that we'll deliver per week. And because of our scale, we are going to be having a season that runs from about the end of May, mid-May through till December. So we're not going to try and supply veg 52 weeks of the year. And kind of roughly in terms of the numbers on that, we reckon that we can provide 1.5 incomes, one person full-time, one person part-time incomes on that land over that period selling veg boxes. We're going to have potentially some supplementary income from selling maybe a bit of salad in the winter. We make quite a lot of apple juice here as well, which could be another income stream. There's also a pub that's just opened up in our village, so we've got kind of maybe an outlet there for some produce for chefs as well. But the bulk is what we're going to shift is through a community support agriculture scheme, which is basically where people sign up ahead of the season, pay either in advance or in installments to have their share of the harvest, so that we share both the risks and the rewards of farming, hopefully, with those people.
So we wanted to talk a little bit about what's helped us take the leap into farming, because I think, yeah, it's a really dreamy sort of situation that we're in now here, it feels, and we really want to acknowledge all of the factors that have led to that, because it would be fantastic if in every couple of small villages we had a couple of acres where somebody wanted to start a project similar to this. You know, there's definitely enough eaters, and the interest at the moment in terms of local food is really increased. Yeah, we've had a really lovely response from lots of people in our village. Our only advertising so far has been in the parish magazine, and then to some local friends as well. And through that, we've kind of almost got our members for the first year for CSA, so that feels great. So yeah, I moved from a small holding to this house when I was a baby, and my family have managed the land with biodiversity and organic growing at the kind of core of how we want to manage it. But that hasn't ever been that we haven't ever looked to start it as a business before. So being here during lockdown, spending more time with the land and seeing this kind of shift, was really coming into feeling what's important, and access to food being, you know, pretty important for us humans. We decided that that this project was what we wanted to do, put our energy into.
So yeah, we've basically been helped by the fact that we have access to land. We haven't had to look for a lease. It's not a great deal of land, so that does put a bit of a ceiling on what we can produce here. We're also fortunate to be neighboured by a lovely organic farmer who's kind of very encouraging, has also helped us out with delivering muck and stuff, and having that response from the neighbourhood has been really good. We've got to acknowledge our privilege. We probably wouldn't be stepping into this if we didn't have a family house with a large garden. I also inherited some money that from my grandmother when she passed away last year, that was exactly the amount of money that we'd budgeted for the project. And just to kind of give an indication of how much that is, £20,000 is what we budgeted for getting this project up and running from scratch, pretty much. So yeah, there's certainly been things that have been really helpful to us in able to get this going.
Yeah, and that also there being a network of other farms just at this beginning stage, the collaboration, the spirit of that feels really, really good in terms of the resilience that all of our farms should be able to have.
Yeah, so we've been buying things with the Langtons as well. We're sort of 15 miles away from those guys, and that's really helpful. You know, we can share buying compost, and we can get better prices on stuff. So having a kind of an alliance of local growers is really great. I mean, some of the obstacles, I did a organic horticulture and training probably about 6 years ago, and then we were living in rented accommodation over in Gloucestershire, and never really kind of felt like we had the ownership of land that we needed in order to get a project kind of going ourselves. So access to, and not feeling, we didn't have the capital to buy land at that stage. So, you know, that was a barrier in terms of, you know, why it's taken us quite a long time to get to this point. Yeah. Should we stop there and pass over?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
Well,